Courtney, thanks for coming in today.
Yeah.
How was the drive-in?
Good. I actually don't drive.
Oh, okay. It's not all it's cracked up to be exactly, in my opinion. If I'm being honest with you, I failed my first driver's test actually. But yeah, I don't drive at night. I don't drive in the rain, so you're not missing out on much. Before we really get going, I just want to talk a little bit about confidentiality. So what you and I talk about stays between you and I. If you choose to have someone else involved, you can sign a release, but you absolutely do not have to. And what I think is great about that is it hopefully gives us an opportunity to really kind of be honest with each other and know that this is a safe, judgment-free zone. What you say here stays here. Is that clear to you? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Okay, great. I like your sweatshirt, by the way. You big Bucks fan?
Not really. My boyfriend is, and I think he got it for me.
So, would you say it's important to you to kind of take interest in what's important to your partner and for them to do the same?
Yeah, I mean, it just kind of shows that you care about them, but I don't know, I feel like I tend to take more interest in what my partner does, and I don't feel like he is as much involved in like what I care about.
That's fair. That's, I'm sure, very valid feelings that you have. Do you think that building relationship skills or even communication skills is something that is important to you in these sessions? Or I guess I could ask, what are you hoping to accomplish from us working together? Is there anything in particular you're trying to get out of this?
Yeah, I think working on relationships could be important. Honestly, I don't really know why I'm here. I've just been dealing with some stomach problems, and my doctor doesn't really know what else is going on, and he thinks it could be anxiety, but I don't know. I don't really think I'm gonna get much out of this. I don't really think I have a lot of anxiety, but I don't really know what else to do, so it's kind of why I'm here.
Well, I think it's admirable that even though you're perhaps hesitant about pursuing this path, that you're keeping that open mind. You're trying to check the box, eliminate possible issues that might be causing your stomach problems. So I view this relationship as a partnership. So I think we can hopefully get to a spot where we can communicate honestly and openly with each other, and then determine if maybe there's anxiety issues or anything else that you want to, any goals you might want to set. And then we can work together to try and work towards those, make changes if that's something you feel could benefit you.
Yeah, I guess I'm willing to try stuff. I mean, I feel like I tried therapy once and it didn't really help, but I know they say that sometimes it could just take a different person. So I guess I'm willing to try stuff, I just don't know.
Okay.
But
that's good. Do you mind, can I ask what prompted you to seek therapy in the past?
When I was in high school, I had some issues with self-harm. So I guess you could say depression. And yeah, I just kind of struggled at that time in my life, but I think it was more just because of my situation with my parents. So getting out of that situation, I don't know, I feel like I've done a lot better now.
That's good. I'm glad things have improved. I know growing up there's challenges for everyone. It's not, you haven't figured out who you are yet and what you want in life, and it's tricky.
Yeah, I feel like I was just, I don't know, jaded maybe a little bit.
Yeah, and that's, I think, not uncommon for teenagers. I like your water glass there.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
proud to be a teacher. Is that, I assume you are a teacher?
Yeah, I'm a special education teacher. This is my 3rd year. Actually, I didn't go to school to be a teacher. I went to college. I started as an education major, and then I was overwhelmed with having to actually do like the student teaching and all the tests and everything. So just different barriers, like with me not driving, I just didn't know how that would all work. So I changed my major. But then after college, I started working at the middle school I went to when I was a kid, and I started in the library and then ended up in a different role in the special ed office. And then my boss was like, hey, I think you'd actually be a good teacher. So then I went back to school online and didn't have to do any of the student teaching or anything. They just put me in a role and I finished my schooling, and then that's kind of where I've been.
Well, first off, I just want to commend you for having stuck with schooling, even though you weren't exactly sure what path you wanted to take. Because I know it took me till my late 20s before I was ready to commit to school of any sort. So I think that's awesome and shows a lot of follow through on your part, which seems like a strength that you might have. And wow, for your boss to, I think, show interest in your career and make that recommendation that you might be a good fit in the classroom, I'm sure that had to have felt good.
Yeah, he was great. He's actually quitting this year, so I'm a little worried about what next year is going to look like, just because he's the only boss I've had in this role, and like you said, he thought very highly of me, so I'm kind of worried about what that's going to look like next year, just having a new person that I'm going to be reporting to. But yeah, I was always good in school, so I was kind of excited to go back, and I just kind of thrive with the structure, and I'm good at following rules, and so when a teacher would say, okay, you need to do X, Y, and Z, I can just meet expectations. So yeah, I always did well in school.
That's awesome. I think, sounds like you have a good idea of what you like and what you're good at, whether that is structure or staying task oriented or working well under certain guidelines. I think you have a good idea of some strengths that you have. So I hope that going forward we can continue to, recognize strengths, weaknesses, maybe work out where we want to go with this, if we want to go forward at all. And that's entirely up to you. But thank you for opening up a little bit and telling me, just giving me a little background, and gives me an idea of what maybe we could focus on.
Yeah, I guess I still just don't really know what you can do for me. Like I said, I'm a special education teacher, so I'm pretty familiar with CBT and different, like I teach these things to my kids. Like I feel like I have the knowledge. I just don't really know. I guess maybe I'm not good at implementing it, but I don't know if you think that's something that will help me. I don't know. Like I said, I'm willing to try stuff, but
That's great to have an open mind. I'm proud of you for that, and I'll keep that in mind going forward with our next session. I try myself to keep an open mind, and like I said, if at any point you feel like this is not of value to you, it's up to you to terminate the relationship. But I personally look forward to getting to know each other a little bit better and maybe making some positive changes happen.
yeah, I can appreciate you giving me that space to not feel pressured. Like in the past, I did kind of feel like I was talked down to, or like I appreciate how you are kind of putting it in my court.
Of course, as it should be.
Yeah.
This is your life we'll be talking about, and in the end, it's on you. So, thanks for coming in, and I look forward to this.
All right. Do I just call this if I want to schedule?
Yeah,
something?
you can call. The receptionist, she'll let you know what's available, and we'll get you in whenever you're ready.
All right. Well, thanks again.
Yeah.